Welcome back to another Sebastian story. We rescued Sebastian wanting him to grow up to be the pack leader of other rescues in the future. As this is the start of our first full year with him, we thought we should set some goals to help him one day be able to lead by example, which means we need a plan. A puppy action plan. When people think puppies, their minds very rightly go to very specific places. Thankfully, since Sebastian came in, he has been almost entirely housebroken, and we've been very fortunate in that. So a pretty obvious goal for this year, of course, would be to continue that good behavior. A similarly related good behavior would be the need to chew his food, and we remind him of that. And it's no surprise, you think about where the phrase, wolf your food, came from. The key there is that you need to make sure that the food stays down. So sometimes that involves reminding him to chew, and sometimes that involves reminding him to not go running around playing right after eating a full meal. So you just have to be, the responsible parent in the equation there and say, hold on, buddy, this isn't the best time for that, is it? We've helped him fill out, especially from the skin and bones puppy that he was when he first came home. But we still need to be very mindful going forward that he puts on too much weight. We need to be able to protect his paw. And protecting that paw is going to be a goal of ours every single year going forward. That's part of the responsibility of taking care of this big old pappy, is we got to keep him safe and help him through the things that unfortunately he already has been through. That's part of rescuing. If you're new to Sebastian's story, he has been going to physical therapy to help rehabilitate a previously injured paw for about 9 months now, and it's been great for him. He has gone from barely being able to bear weight on it to hardly noticing that there's anything wrong with it at all, and again needing to be that responsible parent and keep an eye on things for him. Part of the motivation for adopting him was in seeing the paw as it was injured. It was bowing out. There was clearly something wrong there, and in recognizing the breed that he is, a Cane Corso, he's going to be large. He is large already. I was worried that no one else was going to be willing to put in the time and effort needed to help him be able to reach the point that he's even at just now. In recognizing the amount of time and effort it was going to take to help make sure that he can live with it as best as he can, I was just afraid nobody else was going to. So when I saw him, I said, he's the one. So in protecting that paw, we're going to continue doing everything we have been, keeping him on the grass. We don't really let him go running around on the streets. We help him in and out of the vehicles. We make sure that he's not bearing down on that paw any more than he needs to. That's protecting him, protecting that paw. And because of that paw and whatever else this sweet boy has already been through, trust is going to be our continued goal for this year as well. He needs to continue building his trust in us. But I am happy to report, though, that there is a very clear decline in the fear that he has in very specific situations, like if I'm approaching him with anything in my hand, or if those hands should happen to be over my head. He gets very scared, but that has been slowly declining, and now it's almost not even noticeable. And we've got to continue that going, because he's got to be able to trust us. That's a pretty important thing when it comes to training. He is a big dog with big muscles and an even bigger brain, and I need to know that he knows that I am always going to care for those responsibilities and never abuse him. And that trust directly benefits our final goal for the year, which is obedience. We've got to continue that. He's a puppy. He's growing. So not only do I need Sebastian to be able to come the first time that I call him, but I also need to be able to trust him to be able to be left at home alone from time to time as well. I have never seen separation anxiety from 100 pounds of muscle the way this guy has it, and it's something that has to be managed, and it's something that is very much a part of the responsibility in having taken him in, is that we have to work on this slowly, and it's part of his rehabilitation, is being able to trust himself, his environment, his people, his family. And it just takes time, and we're getting there. So some of this is just puppy, and some of this is going to be training and reinforcement, and we're going to get there and make sure he grows up to be as best and wonderful as he can be, like the big flappy pappy he is. So let's see how much and in how many ways Sebastian can grow this year. Thank you very much for watching. We're having a great time telling Sebastian's story. Do you have an action plan that you'd like to share? Try and leave it in the comments below, or even follow the links to our email and website and social media. Again, thanks so much for watching.